Trippin fan, we're back. Hey guys, what's up? It's Allie here. Did you miss us? Better yet, we missed you. We are so excited to announce our rebrand, Road Trippin' Richard versus Channing. That's right, two of your favorites who are no longer hooping together found a way to remain connected, yet competitive. Are you surprised? You shouldn't be, because we are so excited to be back in the saddle. You'll be hearing plenty from both sides, Cleveland and Denver, as our guys go up against one another on various topics, but also allow our original motto to live on. That's the point. No one tells our stories better than us, right? We've had a vision, let's just put it out there, since Road Trippin' began, and so we are thrilled for it to keep growing. Speaking of growing, we've done just that in more ways than one. Check this out. Launched as we speak is Road Trippin' NBA, and our first crew to join us jumping on board is the trio from Atlanta. Kent Bazemore, Mike Muscala, and Annie Finberg give you the scoop from the ATL with their own little twist. So right now, you can find them on Twitter and Instagram at Road Trippin' NBA. Their trailer also out on iTunes right now. Go subscribe, Road Trippin' NBA, to hear what's to come. Their first episode launches in just days. But for now, shall we cheers to our new beginning, to our first episode of Road Trippin' Richard versus Channing? I think we shall.
Cheers.
Glad to have you guys. First
Cheers.
one.
Hey, you got the bottle, man.
Cheers to an exciting episode. Technically 54, but it is the first episode of our new rebrand, Road Tripping Richard versus Channing. You know what that's all about. We just talked about it. And so to get things started, we have very special guests. And we're going to kind of let them intro themselves, because for Clevelanders, you listen to the Cavs all season long. You know exactly who these guys are. To my right.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay.
How do people know you?
Okay. Well, I try not to. I don't want to say this on TV, but since you say I can say it now.
You can say it now.
Get that shit out of here.
And to my left is, of course, I'm rolling with Team Channing. Rafa's on the ones and twos. And so to Channing's left is, if you listen to the Cavaliers.
If you listen on radio, and we don't expect you to sit there for the whole 48 minutes, that's why I repeat stuff. And my wife says, why do you keep repeating the same stuff every 5 or 8 minutes? I said, we're on radio, babe. Nobody's going to sit in front of a radio or drive for 48 to an hour and a half to listen to the game.
No.
And my thing has always been better to give up 2 than 3.
Yep.
And that's where we are as a team right now, right, Channing?
Yeah. Okay, let's segue right into it.
Well, both legends, obviously, of course. We're glad to have you guys. Mr. Cavalier Austin Carr, for those of you who are in Ohio, you know who that is. But to our 4.7 million listeners, shout out right there.
Yeah.
Austin Carr is here, and Jim Chones, 2 Cavalier legends.
Two
Channing.
NBA legends.
Cavalier, NBA.
Right.
You're right.
So let's get down to the nitty-gritty. We suck right now. But I think, when you add 7 new people to a team, 7 very qualified people to the team, all-stars,
Right.
it's not going to be pretty at the beginning. And I think, I say this to my wife, like, what's going on? I'm like, babe, it's just not going to just jump in together. They come from a different style. We come from a different style. They play defense a certain way. We play defense a certain way. So now it's not like, yo, get back, do this, mother F this, blah, blah, blah. You notice we're having to, think, how does he like to be talked to? What does he like?
Yes.
What gets him going? So that thinking process, right, is different, because we're playing a lot of young teams, and everyone's like, oh, you're losing to this team, you're losing to that team. But those teams are like, those guys are 20 and 21, and they're playing free and willy-nilly, and they're saying, their coach says, listen, you do this every time, you do this every time, you do this every time. And for that coach, he's dictating how they play within that system. Right. Now, that works now during the regular season, but during the playoffs, we see it's a whole nother story. Anyways, right now, it's like Jay Crowder, oh, you could play defense, and you can shoot threes, and you can go to the hole. So when is it your time to do all those things? LeBron, when are you LeBron? When are you passing LeBron? When are you scoring LeBron? Hey, D-Wade, you're used to doing this. You're a Hall of Famer. Now try this. Right? Try this for the first time in how many years has he been in the league?
Right.
15 years? Right. Or it's like, hey, Kevin, you've never done this except for 1 year on a so-so team. Do this now on arguably one of the best teams in the league, and do it at a high level. So, we're getting, I wouldn't say the word frustrated, but we are getting agitated, which is good, in my opinion, that we're going through this struggle. And I think each year there's a narrative, right? And if everything was smooth and sailing, this wouldn't be the Cavaliers. Okay, it's just not how we do things.
That's exactly right.
We just don't do things that way. Now, you've been on teams where at first people are kind of like, tiptoeing before they go into the hopscotch rope, you know what I'm saying, to the double dutch rope, you know what I'm saying? You got to get your feet right. But the minute we get our feet right, mark my words, we're gonna go 20-1, 19-2, 18-3. It's gonna click, and it's gonna be very dangerous for a lot of people out there. So, right now, you got a 50-50 chance. Because right now, Coach, Tristan went down, which sucks, and then so now guys have to go different. Is Coach gonna go small? Is he gonna go big? And he has options, but sometimes having too many options. Have you ever seen the menu at Cheesecake Factory?
Too many options.
It's too many options.
Too many. But it's like once you go there, right, and once you figure it out and try it out a couple times, you're like, dude, get the miso salmon,
That's right.
Right, with the brown bread. Keep the white bread to yourself.
Keep the white bread to
Hey,
yourself.
Coach Lou likes Cheesecake Factory. I've seen him
I
before.
love Cheesecake Factory.
Me
Dude,
too.
I literally,
Me too.
on the go cheesecake, shout out Cheesecake. Let's get some free cards at Cheesecake.
Vegan, babe.
Okay, well, they got snap peas for you. They got snap peas.
They got a great kale salad too. Great
Kale salad. Listen, we can get you hooked up with the snap peas, dog.
So, okay, obviously Channing has given you guys kind of the feel from inside the locker room, but as former players,
Right.
NBA champions, successful players in the league, from your time to now, what is it that you guys see as you're calling the game right now?
Well, what I see is I see a place I see a team with a lot of talent
Yeah.
that has yet to play like they have talent.
Yeah.
And I agree with Channing. It's just they're not a team yet.
No.
Because communication, terminology, conditioning is something that'll catch up.
Yeah.
But the thing I think that we got off track, we thought we could win through scoring. Teams don't come together on offense. They come together on defense.
Yeah.
That's right.
And so once we start playing more defense, and I thought last game, you guys played hard.
Yes.
Both ends.
Right.
Both ends.
Yes.
That was the difference, didn't you think?
Huge, but we were building on that. But by the time our defense clicked, and the thing about conditioning with me, and I played on the Suns, like not 7 seconds or less, maybe 8 or 9, right? Different team.
Yeah.
But for us, we were conditioned to do what we practice every single day.
Yeah.
And so when I know this guy's going to run. I know Grant Hill, if you watch his film, always runs up the left lane and cuts across to the right. So I stay on the right side because Steve likes to pass with his left hand.
Right.
And I can make the swing pass to Jay Rich or Jared Dudley in the corner. I know that every time. And Amari likes to roll a certain way to catch so he can finish with his right hand. So I know that. I knew that. And so for me, I knew I just had to sprint to there. Now, everyone's sprinting. If you watch us, we sprint, and then two dudes, everyone's like, wait, are you moving? Am I moving? Are you doing this?
Because they look at each other like...
Because you think about it, like last year we didn't have slashers, per se.
Right.
Now we have 3 or 4.
Right.
So now it's like, wait, who's going to the hoop? Oh, D-Rose? Wait, where's LeBron going? Oh, wait, where's Jeff Green going? Oh, wait, where's Jay going? So, like, this really awkward baby goo-goo gaga moment is something that you have to overcome through hard work.
Right.
And I think that we're trying to overcome our miscommunications. You see how many turnovers we have of somebody just throwing the ball assuming somebody's going to be right there. Right? And that's and that's going to happen. And now the other teams where they practice for 3 or 4 hours and about the same thing. Run this play. Boom. Dribble handoff. Give it to you. Do this. Do this. Wears us down because now we don't know, okay, does he know I'm going to switch with him? What's our scouting report? What would my old team do? And what would is not like what would my old team do? And these are not bad teams. These are like Boston Celtics. Like we're in the Eastern Conference Finals. So 2 of the best defenders on our team are like, I do things this way, you do things that way. How can we do it the winning way? The right way.
Because when I look at it now, and like I try to tell a lot of people, when you go at practice, you can do everything in practice.
Oh yeah.
But when the lights come on for real, you revert back to what you are used to.
Yeah.
And everybody's coming from so many different places, and the play calls are. It might be the same play, but they call it different and they run it different.
Yeah. So at that second, because
in that second,
everything is timing.
Right. And that just kind of throws it off. But it's going to come, especially on defense, because like Jim said, I remember when we started our run.
Yeah.
It was defensive end that we came on. We got to the point where if you came through that lane, but the rules a little different then.
Just a little bit different? Y'all were up in there like UFC.
Can we talk about that?
Yeah, y'all were up there karate kicking fools. Take the ball out.
They got away with it, yeah.
Right. That's crazy.
I remember one game when Nate Thurman had just come to us.
Oh.
And the big fella says, let him come on in here, AC. You just make sure my man don't get the rebound.
Yeah.
I said,
Oh, yeah.
So he goes in there. Chenier went in there, and Nate knocked him somewhere around the court. So then the next time down the floor, I said, you going in there if you want to. You can go in there.
Yeah. I watched a lot of games with my dad. And so I want to know from your perspective, who was the one guy that you were like that didn't get enough credit for how he scored? Because I have an idea of who I've heard before, but there's somebody that was just like an animal scoring that never got the credit that he did.
Bobby Dandridge.
Yes.
Oh, buckets.
Pick was something else, boy.
I seen Bobby Dandridge tighten up Julius Erving to the point where Julius didn't make a move.
No.
Shout out Dr. J. He was on here.
Yeah.
He's been on here. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he never mentioned Bobby Dandridge, did he?
I don't think that name came up.
Bobby Dandridge. If you go on Google and you go on the old films and videos and you watch Bobby Dandridge play against Dr. J, you'll say, oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
He could score on him, and he could defend him,
right,
and he could frustrate him.
And
that was something I never thought Julius would do.
He wasn't all... He was just fundamentally
just smooth.
Yes.
Just simple.
Smooth.
Wasn't athletic. Wasn't athletic.
Alex English type score.
Yes.
Yeah,
okay, see, that's the
Whisper his name. Whisper his name.
Yes.
Yeah, listen.
Whisper his name.
No one can block his shot.
No, that's who everybody asked is Alex English. They said he was, listen, whatever he was averaging, you could just put that down in the scoring table, and then anything like around that, you're like, hey, good job.
And don't make him mad.
And
he couldn't run, but he would tiptoe up and down the floor.
Right.
And he would shoot early in the clock.
What I like about him, he always had shots that you just, it was like automatic. From certain parts of the floor, it was going in.
Yeah.
It was, I don't care what, it was automatic.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, he was special.
Yeah, for our young listeners then, who would those two guys in particular remind our young listeners up in today's game?
Ooh.
Is that even possible?
That's tough.
I'm trying to think of
somebody
someone
who can't block his shot.
Yeah, right.
That's rare.
That's tough because the guys who can't block their shot are Kevin Durant and Dirk, and those two guys are my height.
Yes,
and they just say they're 7 foot. I'm legit 7 foot.
Right, that's right.
I've been trying to say I've been 6'11".
No, you're taller than me.
I'm taller than everybody on the team.
Right, that's right. That's right.
Right, and it's just like those two guys are naturally you can't block their shot, but it was like
it's tough to block your shot too because I see a lot of guys they come running at you.
No.
I've never seen anybody block his shot. Because you change your release.
Yes,
right.
You see him coming.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's
it depends on where that hand is.
Right, that's a shooter.
They come running at you like they got you, and then all of a sudden they go.
You let it go sooner, but it's the same stroke though.
Yeah, same stroke.
It's the same stroke.
Yeah,
you just do it different.
You know what? There's so when I was learning like really how to like embrace a shooting thing in Phoenix. They said there's 3 types of shooters. There's like guys who shoot because they want to drive.
Okay.
And then they said there's your jazz players where they can make good music, which means they can make a lot of shots, but it's not always going to look the same.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So like Steph can do all that boom, 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 and then shoot it. You know, but it might fundamentally be the same, but his release might be here, might be there,
that's right.
And that's kind of how I shoot. But then you have your classical 1 + 1 = 2, which is your Kyle Korver, which is your Isaiah Thomas, which is your shockingly J.R. Smith, because no matter what he does, his shot is exactly the same.
Right.
You know, it's not like he can't jump and then
Elvin Hayes was like that.
Yeah.
Had the same shot.
Why did you bring up Elvin?
I'm sorry, Jim.
Oh,
I'm sorry, Jim.
He was giving you buckets back in the day?
Hey, I was getting
you ain't got to play like that. I said, yes, I do, Elvin, because I can't block your shot.
No.
You're stronger than me, and I can't keep you off the block.
Oh, that's too much.
That's
You guys-
I talked about Shaq.
Did either of the two of you ever get ejected in a game?
Oh, no.
No?
No.
You did?
He led the league in
You did?
technical.
Jim was.
Oh,
Get out.
I couldn't keep my mouth shut.
Oh, see.
It's because of that?
Because I had no edge. I wasn't big enough,
Oh, right,
and I wasn't
right.
strong enough. I had the heart, and I was fearless, but I never was. And for 28 minutes to 30 minutes, I could play with anybody. But after that, I wasn't strong enough.
Yeah, sleepy.
Like early in your career.
Yeah.
When you were, I mean, now you got a great body. But when you were
you.
younger,
You know what? Listen, I'm not trying to cut the carbs.
but when you're younger, you can't keep those guys off that block.
See, I never told Jim
That's whipping every night.
But Fitz would tell me, "Go get him, go get him, go get him." Because once he would get going, he would just lose it.
Wait, so you had to calm him down?
I tried to, but
so would you compare him to like?
I tried to.
Where his teammates love him,
compete.
but the opposing team hates him.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
So you would, but he's very emotionally like invested in every player, like DeMarcus Cousins.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Great analogy.
Yes, great analogy.
Right?
Yep.
But now he's starting to calm down, and now he's very, very dangerous.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we saw that, but like, I didn't know he could pass like that personally.
Me either. I didn't know it.
But I think, Alvin's a great coach and gave him the freedom to say, hey, listen, I'm going to give you the ball.
Right.
It's up to you if we win or not. So now it's even more dangerous.
And that's so important that the coach understands your game and lets you play your game.
Right.
And because that's what DeMarcus had problems with. Coaches wouldn't let him play his game.
No. Trying to put him in a system, but you need to run your
they
system
didn't want him to
around
handle
him.
the ball out. But think about when you were coming up.
Oh, man. What?
Now
that's a whole nother. Now, listen,
let me
your
ask you
league
a
was
question.
different.
Let me ask you a
Mine
question.
growing up was way different.
But let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
How many brothers do you know your height that could shoot threes like layups when you served when you first started?
When I was in 2005, nobody.
I remember those playoffs.
Even Dirk.
Nobody.
But even
Dirk
only shot pull-up threes.
Oh, he sure did.
That's right.
He ran the L play where he had the one guard, or so he had the one man at the free throw line, so he could either go to get the big guy if he could face up, or he can go to the top. He was the only guy.
Wow.
And then maybe
I'm trying to think. There aren't many.
There wasn't any. Everything was like it was at the end of the ISO era.
Right.
So everything was like give it to somebody at the elbow or the block, and that's when Melo was given buckets. He was a problem.
Yes, he was.
What?
He was.
Or like I remember Detroit the year they won it. They were running floppy action for Rip Hamilton.
Mm-hmm.
He gave us 52 floppy action, which is like one guy runs around and around and around, and then everyone else sets screens for him. He had 52 on one three-pointer against us. It wasn't even tired. Didn't bat an eye. It was the most amazing thing. But they just knew how to operate. When you have Rasheed Wallace and Ben Wallace, somebody's a lob threat, and then Rasheed Wallace, to me, was one of the better players I've ever played against in my career. Smart and couldn't block a shot.
Right.
He had longer arms than anybody.
He knew how to play the game. He was great. He was great.
It was the best. So who was your guys is like, listen, I love playing against this guy. He's tough. He's a tough SOB.
Well, I'm going to tell you who I hated.
Yeah.
Is Pete Maravich.
Oh.
I hated that. Because I'm telling you, if you reached, he would teach every time.
Every time.
And it always, I'd have his ass right where I want him, boy, and he'd go, whoop. And I'm going, damn.
Just the handles is nice.
Handles are great.
People
and he would shoot it from anywhere.
Just freedom.
Yeah, just freedom. Just shoot it from anywhere. And his game was just so. I mean, one time he came on a break, man. I'll never forget this. He was going to the right side of the hoop, and he lost the ball, and he hit it with his head and banked it in the fucking
No.
I'm telling you, he lost control of it, and I'm sitting there going, I just looked over, what am I supposed to do?
Nothing.
Those are one of those moments where it's like, chalk it up.
Yes.
Congratulations.
You definitely chalked that one up.
back.
You're like,
But I tell you, he
listen.
used to kill me, and we were best friends.
Who?
Now, how do you feel when your best friend
no.
kicks your butt? We're at the airport coming in Cleveland.
Oh, and y'all had to ride commercial.
Oh,
yes.
and like this.
No.
And
Like
you had
this.
to catch the first flight out of town.
6 or 7 in the morning.
6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, you had to be on the flight.
No.
Channing, how does this make you feel?
Me? I had to do it in college.
And
so
you
I
would have been in
understand.
trouble because you too tall. Those seats,
listen.
you'd have been like this.
Sardine.
Jim used to be
Sardine.
sitting there.
Feet all in
crunched
the
up.
aisle, people stepping on my ankles.
So in college, we had to do that, right? So obviously, we're college kids. We would go out, and then we had the youngest guy who couldn't go out. Make sure we gave you get 2 sets of keys because you have a roommate.
Right.
So we go out. Yo, wake us up at this time. When you get up, we get up. Boom, boom, boom. Make sure everybody get up, and then if we're late, you're late, and then we all got to run. So let's go. People used to be at the airport sleep. We would pray for delays. Pray for delays.
Hey, Road Trippin' fans, ever heard of MeUndies? If not, Take a listen. MeUndies makes feel-good undies your butt will be proud to wear. They will be the most comfortable pair of underwear you will ever own. And to check it out yourself, I encourage you to go to MeUndies.com/road. Why? Well, with tons of styles and patterns to choose from for both men and ladies, MeUndies will have the perfect fit for any personality. The MeUndies feeling is unmatched because they are naturally a soft fabric that is 3 times softer than cotton. And so for a limited time only, I urge you to check out MeUndies' first ever glow-in-the-dark print, Lights Out. Why not update your underwear drawer and glow at the same time? And hey, if underwear isn't your thing, I get it, I understand, but MeUndies, they also make the softest socks in the world. Didn't you know? To get 20% off the best and softest underwear and socks you'll ever own, free shipping, and a 100% satisfaction guarantee, go to MeUndies.com/road. That's MeUndies.com/road.
I want to get back to this college thing because we've got 3 incredible universities right here between the 3 of you. But first, who was the guy that you?
Bob McAdoo.
Oh,
We were best friends. We vacationed together.
he would barbecue you.
Kill me.
Oh,
The greatest shooter
And talk to
I've
you.
ever seen. He's the greatest
yes,
pure shooter
that's right. That's
I've
right.
ever seen.
Wow,
Let me-
Mac was tough.
Still,
would call
in this
me.
day and age.
Yeah.
Oh, now, yes.
Yeah.
Still, he can still
He'd call
shoot it
me.
now.
He would call me, Jim, y'all playing the Celtics? I said, yeah. Jim, you can kill Collins. You bigger than him. You got a jump shot. All you got to do is shoot it in his face.
You're like,
Yeah.
And I,
don't
said,
have that.
Mac,
And he'd
this is
talk
a
to you.
different team. If I get 12 shots, 8 of them because I got them off the offensive board.
Oh, right.
You know, I
Those
could
days
never
are
get
over
him-
now.
Oh,
Those days are
tell
over
me
now.
about it.
Listen,
Tell me
those
about
days, the game is so different now.
Hey, you can
Yes,
go
it is.
to the boards like you want
What?
to.
100%.
Transition defense.
Dude,
and
we were
leave
talking
it
about
4 on
this.
5.
Listen, we were talking about it. So, do you remember the 5 seconds? What was it? 7 seconds or less? Suns.
Yes.
Do
Yeah.
you know what
Right.
they would rank in pace in today's game?
Oh, what?
24th.
Oh,
Wow.
Are you serious?
24th.
And we thought that was fast.
And we thought that was
Like, oh,
fast.
We thought that, and we practiced because that was kind of the same system that I ran there for 5
Right.
years. We would run every day in practice. So the issue is this: number one, nobody goes for offensive rebounds anymore, except
Right.
for
Tristan.
maybe 1 or 2 teams.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
team-wise.
Tristan,
Yeah.
yeah, 1 or 2 team wise.
Yeah.
Right.
The Spurs started that because they said, "What are we going to do? We got one guy down there. He's already down there.
Right.
Everyone else get back. We want to set our defense."
Right.
And then 2, there's not any more ploppy, what I call like aircraft carrier big men.
Yes.
Your Brooke Lopez, your Robin Lopez,
Right.
your
Yeah. Right.
Dwight Howards, your Shaqs, your Yaos.
They've been phased away.
They've been phased away because at the end of the day, now it's like, wait a second, I could put Dirk versus Shaq. You're going to give me 2s.
he'll
Or I
give
can
me
make
3s.
pass. I could bet on somebody who's a defender back in the day because, listen, back in the day, at my first year, it was like, look, you're a post guy, you post. You're a forward.
That's how
you're
it was.
out.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
everybody
exactly
has
right.
specific position.
Right.
Then all of a sudden, teams started tinkering. Everybody is positionless. If you look at like the teams we've lost to,
That's right.
who has the ball the most of the time? The big guy.
Yes.
Because now he becomes the threat. Dribble hands off. Now guess what? You got to go over top of these shooters, right? And these guards who aren't guards anymore.
Right.
There's no such thing as a Chris Paul anymore. There's no such thing as a,
Right. That's right.
Steve Nash anymore because
Right,
that's
right.
too easy. That's a steady diet or something, and everybody has these
Right.
plays now.
You know, we've been talking about this season in particular is that you only have to coach 3 positions now.
Right.
Ball handlers, wings, and bigs.
And that's it.
And if your big can't cut and he can't set screens like Sabonis, I love him.
Oh man.
Oh.
But listen.
And then
you
step
know why
out.
I love? I think he's a steal. Number one.
Yes. Oh,
to the
big time
bottom.
steal.
Big
The
time
guy's going to be all
Big
pro
time
for the
steal.
next
When I
10
look
years
at
and another
when I
couple
look
years.
at young guys, right?
Yeah.
I look at their pace, like their own individual, like mind pace.
Yeah.
Certain people just have it because they understand the game. Like most people, when they watch the game, they don't see like a dribble handoff. The fact that he can snatch it back,
Yeah.
fake that dribble handoff, throw it, read the defense, slip, get somebody else open, and then be in the same position to offensive rebound on the same play,
Right.
like it was just like he had worked on it. Most guys are like, okay, what's he doing? Boom. No, not this. Boom, this.
Right,
okay.
right.
The rebound's gone. Okay. he has a natural ability to do everything, and he chooses to do what's best for his team.
Right.
Because he could have shot a lot of threes last night, which he's been shooting a lot.
Right, he had been.
He didn't.
Right.
Because he said, you know what? This is what's best for us.
Right.
Dribble handoff. Now I'm getting that. And then at the end of the game, what happened? He caught that, and then he kept shooting. He missed the first one. I told Jetty that was too easy.
That's right.
Right? We didn't get, obviously we didn't do something right on defense.
Right. That's right.
So the next time, he caught it, took a step forward,
Yes.
and shot the floater.
Right.
He didn't stand in it because most guys are stubborn. Like, okay, I'm going to shoot the same shot.
Yeah,
no, he's like, nah, we need this. I'm going to my bucket. But I like his game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and now you got your wings. Now
Yeah.
let's go back
man.
to wings.
Right.
Your wings have to be able to start the offense.
Yeah.
Right.
Create the offense. Do everything that's necessary that guards used to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, so you would rely on one, maybe two guys. If a guard was a guard, he had to get that ball, and if he got double teamed, it was thrown at somebody, and they were giving it right back to him.
Right.
This day and age is completely different, and I think the first team that I saw do that was the old Golden State team.
I agree.
Right? Because
That's right.
long time ago.
Remember with Chris Mullen?
Yes.
Right,
Yes.
right.
Tim
Old Hardaway.
Yep.
Right.
And,
And
then,
what was the third guy?
this is gonna. I'm gonna get killed for this.
6'2".
He
6'3".
scored a mess out of the ball.
Oh, come on now.
TMC.
TMC.
Yeah,
Tim Hardaway,
Tim
Mitch
Hardaway,
Richmond.
Mitch Richmond.
Oh, and then Chris Mullen. There it is.
Richmond.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
it was amazing.
Yes.
But now it was like, wait, where's the mismatch? Everything now is like mismatch. We got shooters. We got passers. If you can't do 3 or 4 things out there on the court,
You're
done.
done.
That's why they say
You're done.
to be able to pass, dribble, and shoot.
That's right.
You're right.
Okay,
You got
now
to.
go back to the ball handlers.
Yeah.
High dribble screen. Get the rebound, push it up the floor.
Yeah.
Like Jeff Green has been doing for us.
Yes.
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 Right.
You can dribble. How come you don't dribble more?
That's too much. That's too tiring. That's too tiring. But put it this way.
Because you're a threat once you get across half court.
Well, yeah, sort of. But I don't really play. I keep my game real simple. I think this year I've been working on it a lot, especially during the summer. Last year was probably the last year that you're going to see me just really standing around. It's just not. It's just not where I could do other stuff, but it just wasn't what's best for us. But now, for me to be successful in this league,
Cut screens,
I've been
yeah.
cutting, screening,
Right. I watched
holding
you.
it on the post,
I watched you.
right?
Right.
Listen,
You're doing a lot more of
it's
that.
so much because now with guys like Kyle, D. Wade,
Right.
Jeff, Jay,
Yes.
I don't mind. Like me, I don't care if I don't score. Like I'm like, listen,
Let's win this
I can
game.
shoot this Jay every time, but guess what? If you got to run around those 7 screens over there, one of these suckers is going to get open.
Right.
And then I get a short roll to a layup, and that's
right.
the things that's like
Right.
that. I was looking at like, here's a dead ass answer. I'm looking at not now. If we can make it to the finals again, how can I play?
Yes.
You're right.
This is
Right.
how I'm going to play. It's
Well,
not
right.
standing and shooting.
You saw the
Right.
formula.
I saw
Right.
the formula.
And I see your body language with that second unit. It's like, oh, Lord, let me get in here
Let's
with
go.
these guys.
Right.
Because Wade can make plays.
he can
Right.
make plays. So,
Right.
but you need floor spacing.
Yes.
And so
Right.
everyone's
That's
trying to
right.
figure that out. If you put D
Right.
Wade on the block, we all know he's going to shoot that right shoulder turn away. You ain't blocking
Right.
it.
You ain't gonna block
blocking
it.
it. It's
Right.
the best shot he shoots.
Right.
You ain't blocked it for 15 years. You ain't blocking
Right.
it now.
Right.
But imagine now Kyle has a shorter run.
Mm-hmm.
If D Wade catches it and that guy jumps out, now he has a layup.
He's found him, yeah.
Yes, so now he has a literally one step before he makes a layup. So these are things that we're going to develop and learn. And as soon as the first unit, I think you saw it last night, Kevin had the ball in the post, split, action,
Yes.
throw it to Braun, easy J.
Easy J.
And I think that's where the league is going.
You mentioned-
we used to throw it in the post, find not the worst shooter, but like find the guy who's not the best shooter.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, everybody else running around like chickens.
You had mentioned at the beginning about have more slashes now, and it was a play last night that I when I saw it, I was like, oh man, it made me salivate because I moved without the ball. That was my game.
Yeah,
But Rose was in the corner.
yeah.
And JR was going passing the ball. He ended up throwing the ball out of bounds because
Right.
Rose cut to the basket.
Yes.
I was like, oh, man.
Yeah.
When they get used to each other, it's going to be
it's going to be great.
heaven.
But
because
here's the
yeah,
thing.
again.
D Rose
Happened
needs
twice.
to be
Yes.
D Rose. They need to put JR in the corner and D Rose at the slot spot.
Yes.
so he can see because Braun went to go shoot and threw it, and D Rose is like, well, I'm more comfortable. He saw the opportunity to go slash, but he has to slash from a different position. We
Right.
talked about that.
Right.
And so they're going to probably switch. And so that way, JR's guy is going to stay out. If Braun's guy helps, D Wade is so explosive. Like, it's amazing, like, what he's
Right.
doing.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I think
It
once
is,
he gets
man.
his feet underneath him, then it's going to be even
Oh,
better
yeah.
for us.
Well,
Yeah,
then,
yeah,
well,
yeah.
then let me ask you another question. Playing with Braun
Yeah.
is different than playing without Braun.
Yes.
You have to not necessarily do more, but you have to do different things. Tell us
Yes.
about what that's about.
So when you play with Braun, you are like, how can I keep my man as far away from him as possible?
Okay.
Right? So for me, I'm like, how can I get Kyle open? Okay? For me, when I'm out there, I feel like most of the time when I'm out there, coach puts me in a situation where I'm against bigger guys. So they're not going to take that switch with Kyle.
Right.
Him and I have a good relationship where it's like switching, screening.
I know.
You know, because when he got here,
Yeah,
I
you
was
guys
like,
working.
listen, these are easy buckets.
Right.
You are hard as shit to guard in the first place. So teach me what you know so that
Right.
I could do it with everybody. And I think you're going to see JR starting to get a lot of these looks because now he's starting to get conditioned to not standing because we need JR to be more active because people don't know he's very solid off a screen and roll
Mm-hmm.
and wants to make unselfish passes. Now we need him to be
Well, you know,
that everything.
and that's the change in our style now.
Yeah.
We used to stand and wait.
Yeah.
Now it's
No,
not
no,
that
no.
anymore. Now we got people that are cutting, moving, and stuff. So
It's
now
too
it's
much.
like, to me, it's going to cause so much problems for everybody because you're not going to be able. If you turn your head, that's it.
Yeah.
And that is where the problems. Because if you look at Golden State,
Yeah.
that's how they function.
Yes.
Everybody's
a threat.
Right, everybody's a threat because they'll make a pass. They'll start a play and just throw the ball like this because it just goes over here and then this guy takes it and the other guy cuts. I mean, and that to me is where what we have now. We have that kind of personnel.
Yeah.
To be able to do that.
We just have to
The
cultivate
process of bringing it all
It is.
together.
Right.
Channing and Allie, because I know you guys play this too. When I was doing college games for Espen, all these colleges was doing motion.
Yes.
And out of motion,
We ran motion.
remember the term
We
read
ran
and
motion.
read and react?
Yeah.
Right.
That's all we're running now,
Well, look
right?
who's coaching.
College coaches, coaching our league. Yeah.
That's right.
And look who's in the NBA. College players.
Right.
College
These
players.
fools should still
So
be
they
in
know
college.
that. That's why they have.
No, they got 1 year, and then they came, but now it's like a way to develop a guy within your system as a coach. So
okay.
if you notice, how many coaches got fired last year?
Zero from the NBA.
Zero.
Did you hear about that?
That was
Yeah.
the first time.
I know
It was
about
the first time since like
First time in
60 something.
the
Why
60s.
though? Why? There's a reason.
Young kids.
Hey, you have young kids,
Yeah.
and guess what? Do I like your system? Let me give you 4 years on it.
Yeah, okay. Gotcha.
Right?
Gotcha.
Now, you look at a guy like Brad Stevens.
Right.
You look at a guy like
That's
Tibbs.
right.
Right? Everyone's like, dang, I like that system. Right. 1 year on that system, and then who comes there? Vets.
Yes.
Because vets go, I like that system. I could be successful in that system. I don't have to play one-on-one every single possession. I
Right.
could screen cut, get an easy layup. Screen cut,
Play
back
the
screen,
game.
catch, play the
Play
game.
the
So
game.
that's where this
Yep.
is evolving to. You look at a guy
Yeah.
like Jimmy Butler, he's amazing.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh.
He's going to give it all on defense, understandable. But on offense, he needs a system. He's not a guy to just throw it to. He ain't
Right.
like that.
Those
He ain't
days are
Russell
about
Westbrook.
over, too.
Yeah. There's 3 guys, and they're all on the same team.
Right.
Russell Westbrook, Paul George,
Right.
Carmelo Anthony.
Right.
Those guys, you could throw it to them for 48 minutes, and they going to give you buckets. So you got to go double team one of them. And then all of a sudden they're on
Right.
the same
Right.
team.
Right.
But here's what everybody wants to know. What was college like?
Thank you. Can we stop talking
y'all.
about basketball?
Sorry.
There's a couple good stories because for our listeners who
like girls or college?
no.
For
That's
our-
college experience.
for our listeners who may not know, I know AC
college
that's
experience?
hard
Yes.
to believe that people don't know you because you have listeners from all across the world.
Keep it
No, no,
clean,
no.
Notre
No,
Dame.
we don't keep it clean.
we went to U of A. Look,
Well,
that
Notre
was
Dame.
now, do you mean on the court or
47
off the
years
court?
ago.
let's
off the court.
yeah, off the court.
And then I'll ask you
Well,
on
off the court,
question.
you got to understand, off the court, I went to a school that had no females.
Wait, what?
Notre
I went to
Dame.
Notre Dame was all men when I went there.
No.
Did you know that? No way.
Oh, there is a generation gap.
Are you serious?
I thought everybody knew that.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know
Yes.
No.
The year I graduated was the year they became co-ed.
Oh, you were sick.
How did you survive
Wow.
with that?
Oh,
We
no,
know you.
I
We know
went-
you men can't survive
Where'd you
without us
go?
I
women.
went to Chicago.
Oh,
I went to Chicago quite a bit because they had a girls' school, St. Mary's, across You had to go across the
SMU
road.
in Chicago.
And so I went to Chicago because they were some ugly. Well, they were bad over there.
So so you go to an all boys school.
They were very well mannered women.
You go.
They come from the DuPonts and the the aristocratic families.
Yes, very
and they wore Oxford shoes and those kind of things. But we always put it this way: it was so bad.
Yeah.
We'd have panty raids over there and throw the panties back at them.
You're like,
bad it was.
you keep these.
You can have these, so we go to Chicago.
All right, let's talk basketball then.
Okay, so you went to an all boys school, which means, did you have a curfew?
Yes, my freshman year we had a 12 o'clock curfew. And I tell you what we used to do.
Oh, no.
There was a bar about a mile and a half from campus.
Wait, what was the drinking age?
Oh, shit. It
21.
Was 21.
21.
Oh.
14.
So we would go
in their minds.
We'd go down to the bar, and we would all drink, and we'd put $5 in the pot, about 15 of us, and the first one that got back to campus would get the money.
What?
But by that time,
that was
a lot of money.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
But when you look at it, after drinking for 2 or 3, 4 hours and eating pizza like it's crazy, everybody was stumbling and oh man, it was crazy. One guy got so messed up, hammered, he jumped through the dorm window to get to win the money. Right through the window.
Which was like a pot of what, $30?
$30.
Put his life on the line, right?
Listen, you could buy a car for that $30.
Back then.
Channing, could you imagine, because you told this story before, I'll never forget it, my first year we were in OKC having dinner, and didn't you sell programs?
Yeah, I sold programs before the football game.
What?
Could you imagine at Arizona, Channing, you got to report program duty?
Where did the money go?
Jim, there you're talking there. We can't discuss that.
Listen, they didn't even have all the presidents on the dollars when he was.
Well, what am I laughing? That's my time.
I get 6 boxes of programs. I sold them before the football games.
Dude, that's first of all, if you are actually doing the work, let you keep the money. You're selling programs.
Well, apparently he
helping the school.
Helped the school.
Programs. And so do you still keep up with Notre Dame?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I keep up with them. Yeah.
But how does it
in fact, didn't they name a hall after you?
Yeah, the part of the athletic department. I mean, the athletic arena.
Yeah.
They have a whole concourse. It's Austin Carr concourse there.
How does that feel?
Oh, it feels great.
AC still holds the record, right?
And as tight as you are,
I never thought. Jim, come on.
I know you charging. I know you charging people. I know they're charging people.
Now, just to break it down to another level.
Right.
I mean, to be an Afro-American, to have that done for you at the University of Notre Dame was huge when it was done.
Is it huge now?
It's huge now.
Yeah,
I mean, it's to the point now where the young players that go there, they're almost like, are you still? You supposed to be dead. You're not supposed to live. So it was a great thing. Yeah. It's an honor. It's definitely an honor, and I really feel good about it because I just
you did the work.
I did the work. Got it done.
You did the work. You got it done,
right.
And they rewarded you for what you did.
Exactly.
How about this line, guys? 21 of 44. That's a 57%.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
11, 44 shots.
It was 25.
He was the only one that could shoot.
11 for 14 from the free throw line. 6 rebounds. 3 assists.
Oh, you would pass
1 turnover.
Against UCLA?
61
Against
points.
UCLA,
Against
right?
Ohio. 61 points.
Yes,
Still the
was
record.
How many did he get against
In the
UCLA?
NCAA without the 3-point line.
Was 46.
Right.
Without the 3-point.
I used to ask his kids, because our kids played together and
yeah.
stuff. They grew up same neighborhood, and and his son would sit down sometime. I said, and Austin be over there. I said, "You don't even know your dad." What do you mean I don't know you don't even know. Do you know that your dad was the greatest scoring basketball player in the country in college? No. I said he doesn't brag or talk about.
No.
No. I said, go to the
couple
library
years ago?
because there's no this. I said,
No,
go
there's
to the
not.
library.
Yeah.
And
Go to
see
the
how
library.
great a player your dad was.
Yeah.
A couple
listen,
years
That was
ago,
funny.
because you won't talk about it, but we were in New York City, remember this, for March Madness, and Notre Dame was playing, and so we were out at a bar, and we were all watching it, and we were on our way back, and we're standing at a street corner in New York, and this kid comes out of nowhere, a young kid, and he was hooting and hollering and whatever, and one of the guys that was with us asked the kid, do you know who holds the record for most points scored in an NCAA tournament game, right? Who still holds it? And the kid was like, Steph Curry? We were like, no, this guy. He was like,
By the way, he averaged
61 in
50
the
points
tournament.
in 7 tournament games.
Yeah.
I don't think
He's the only player.
that'll ever be
50.
broken.
50?
50-point
He scored.
per game average in his tournament career.
He used to
Oh,
move
average,
without
yeah.
the ball better than anybody I've ever seen to this day.
50 is 50 to get one in college.
That's right.
Even now, I'm playing
That's
in
right.
2001 to
Different
5.
game. We're walking it up the floor back then now.
Yes.
Right.
No.
No real running but the 63 Loyola Ramblers. Everybody else was.
Yeah, walking
Oh,
it up,
man.
pounding and pounding.
Yeah.
See,
Listen,
that's why I like the way
50.
we're playing now
Yeah.
because I'm all about everybody's supposed to know every position on the floor.
Right.
A guard supposed to know center, center supposed to know guard. Because when you come down in transition, if you don't know what position you're
Right,
going to be
right.
in, so but you're still supposed to be able to keep the flow going.
It's an orchestra.
Because it's an orchestra. Man, we're talking, baby.
I know
But
it.
see,
Yeah,
that's
we're
the only
talking.
problem. But that's the only problem I had with motion when you guys start doing
Right,
it.
right.
Because you get a big guy out there with the ball after 3 passes.
But this is no.
But
But
then
here's
it
the
changed.
thing, though.
What
Yes,
happened?
this all changed because now the guy with the ball is the most dangerous guy on the court, right? If somebody backs up, you're giving space, right? And in basketball, what are we supposed to do? You take up space.
Take up space.
Now, big guys, listen. I'm not the best dribbler in the world, but I'll tell you this:
You got 2.
If
You
somebody-
got 2 dribble. All you need is 2 in the
I
half
need
court.
2, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna do something with it. I'm
Right.
either dribble handoff,
Right.
I'm gonna flick it and get it back and roll, or I'm gonna just drive it and throw it up and try to fillet that mother. You know what I'm saying?
we're gonna adopt a new line, like something like a Mack truck sharp left. Because
What did you were a left shoulder girl?
what do you mean left shoulder girl?
You look like you were a screen hard roll, duck in.
Yes, she was.
Left
I've-
shoulder.
I've seen. Yeah, that's what she was.
I would
too.
dip my shoulder. I would get called for offensive charges all the time. But it would be like, I can't help it. You're so little. Like, get out my way.
You have to bend your knees. That's what they tell me. They're like, Channing, bend your knees. I'm like, nah,
No, we don't.
No.
No.
I'm like, it ain't worked this long. I'm like, what time is it?
Because I want to take a sharp left and get back to off-court stuff that's fun. You guys all act like you play basketball. Back to Marquette. Do you have any fun stories at
First of all,
Marquette?
it has to be
Okay,
freezing.
how much time do we have? Because
All the time in the world.
Al McGuire,
Oh boy, Al was something else.
we're practicing in the old gym.
Yeah.
Back in those days, this gym was built probably in about 1920. So
like 5 years before you got there.
Yes. Close. But you got the winding staircase.
Right.
It takes you up to the old gym
man.
and the old track around the top. So we practiced there, right?
Oh.
There was a crazy guy.
Oh,
Used to
Gary
be-
Braille.
No, not Braille. But you're close. But this guy wasn't all there.
Right.
And at rush hour, around 3:30 in the evening, he would come walking through the Marquette campus, which is a downtown campus. Kids are going to and from classes, turning out for the day, and he'd be bumping into people, about 6'2", 220,
Ooh.
and he was. And so somebody,
Just throwing them hands.
no, somebody told him to go over to the gym. So he goes over to the gym. We're getting ready to practice.
What?
And he's in the middle of the floor. Al hasn't come up yet.
Oh boy.
Oh.
And we're like, man, I ain't going out there. This guy, man, shoot, he ain't all there. And he-
Right.
Yeah, listen. Throwing
So-
them manos.
Al comes up. They're in mid-court, Rafa. He comes up. He walks up to the guy, looks him right in the eye and said, "What you doing, fella?" I used to box and just missing Al's head. Al ain't flinched yet
No.
because Al's
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. He focused.
so-
He focused.
all of a sudden the guy backs up and Al says, "Look it, tell you what, is running part of your training?" Yeah, that's right. why don't you run on the top because we got to practice right now. And the guy does it. I don't know what else.
Wow.
And the guy does it. Crazy out of his mind.
Right.
Just crazy. Let me tell you another quick story.
Yo, please, we like these stories.
Yeah.
We're playing at Loyola. The first night, UCLA plays Loyola on a Friday.
Oh, boy.
LaRue Martin gets 40-some points.
You have to preface how big these schools are at the time.
Oh.
Right.
Please preface.
UCLA is like the Warriors in the NBA.
Who's on UCLA's team right now?
Bill Walton was on the team
Okay.
at that time.
That's
Shout
all you
out
had to
Bill.
say.
He was on road tripping.
Big Bill.
Big Bill.
TP Bill, right? Who else?
Let
Who
me
else?
tell you. Who else did they have?
Did it even matter?
They had Jamal Wilkes and some other guys too.
Right.
Oh, those
So
guys.
you know
Joe
where
Wooden.
so you know where I'm
Those
going with
guys.
this. You know where I'm going with this.
Scrubs.
Loyola, traditional Midwest school. 63 was their last championship, right? When they had the Rolling Ramblers and everybody's under 6'3", and they're playing like this, right? So they win it, right? All of a sudden, they play LaRue Martin, 7 foot, skinny, thin.
Yeah.
He outplays Bill Walton, the number 1 center in the
I
country,
remember
on a
that.
Friday.
That put him on the map, didn't it?
Yes.
That put him on the map.
The next night, that's right. Back then they had back-to-backs.
Right.
Oh no.
Because
in college?
Yes, because we had to play around hockey.
Right.
The Blackhawks play, so we couldn't mess with Sunday.
No. You
Not
couldn't mess with
Blackhawks,
Sunday.
Chicago Black. Are you
Still, the
Chicago
Blackhawks
Blackhawks?
are that. Okay, listen.
Yes.
I don't know anything about
Go ahead.
Chicago.
Go ahead.
But the Blackhawks, even back then, were
Yes.
Yes.
totes
They're
always
totes.
been big.
The Golden
Blackhawks.
Jet,
That's
Bobby
some rich
Hall,
tradition.
One of the six
Bobby
original
Bobby
six.
Hall.
Bobby Hall,
Bobby
come on.
Hall. Bobby Hall
The
was
blonde
like
bomber
God.
with blonde hair.
Oh, yeah.
No guard, just cuts
Yeah.
gashes like Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And let me tell you, so the next night they play
Hockey
us.
fans are gonna get a
They
boner
play
off
us, Marquette. Who's the number 2 center in the country? Jim Chones.
That's right.
Oh Lord.
He laced our ass. He had 30-something points that night. I think I had 25. We win the game, but he outplayed me. I got
So wait,
to give him
but what
credit.
did he
So he
do?
became the number 1 draft pick of the Portland Trailblazers.
That's exactly
and they,
right.
to this day, they say he's the greatest flop, which isn't fair.
Thank you,
Right.
Jim and
Which
Bill.
isn't fair.
Yeah.
Because it's a roll of the dice anyway.
That's right. That's
You know,
exactly
who,
right.
who knows that more than the guy's making 40, 60 million, 60, 64 million for a guy with no hands. He goes to
Right.
L.A. and now he's in the Nets. But anyway,
Yeah.
Do you know what he's talking about?
but you see where I'm going with this. So it's not an exact science anyway. But who wouldn't take a bit? He outplays Bill Walton on the first night, number 1 center in the country. Jim Chones, the number 2 center.
Right.
Back to back, Friday
Right.
and a Saturday.
Yeah, that put him
What
on the
did he
map.
do good?
Portland.
though?
I
He
remember
was just,
that.
Was he like a
Jumping out of the gym, hitting his head on the rim, blocking
Oh,
shots.
so he had a
shooting
lot of
jumpers.
energy.
But
Yes, man.
But I remember
hot,
that, Jim. I
Hot
remember
coffee.
that. I remember that.
Hot coffee will do wonders.
Because
The
no
caffeine
gra-
will do something. But
Can
he
I
was
ask you a
rolling.
question? Though?
Go ahead.
Everybody wants to
How
know.
many Latino players have you played against?
your side of the story, and I'm sure you told this many times.
What's that?
When you broke your leg in practice.
No.
Oh my goodness.
Before
Let me tell you
Channing.
what happened.
I actually, do that
Oh.
because I put that on our, when we were talking
did?
before,
Okay,
I
that's
did
gross.
because it is a story that
The champion.
everyone
I'm
will
gonna tell you.
remember.
Let Jim tell you his
First of all,
version.
y'all were playing
and I'm
in
gonna tell
Chuck
you from the
Taylor's.
teammate version.
Yeah,
Wait,
please
were
do.
you playing at
We're
what
in
were you
practice.
wearing? What
We
were you
set up the time.
Chuck
though,
Taylor.
I had shorty shorts.
You had a chance to
Right?
win the
And
championship.
everybody wears now.
I had shorty shorts.
Right?
And my kids look at me in those old pictures. They said, "Dad, you're built like a woman."
This was
And then when I quit after 20 years and I walk around the house with my shirt off, he said, "Dad, you look like a woman." but getting back to everybody had a slight build. Nobody was cut up.
No.
Muscular.
No. Y'all
Well,
weren't big
well,
into
we
weight
didn't,
room
we
stuff.
didn't train that way. We didn't train that way.
No,
it was
nobody
all
was
about
like that.
running.
Yes.
You know,
It was all about
nobody was
running.
like that.
But it was nothing about lifting and all that crap.
no.
Campy Russell goes up for a shot in practice.
this is in 1976.
You had just won a
1976.
series, no?
76.
Yeah, we just won a series against Washington.
Right.
Goes up to block a shot. I go up to block the shot. He hangs in the air and doing all of this.
Loop-de-loopies.
Yeah, so gravity is a consistent
It's a
thing.
sucker,
I mean,
yeah.
I mean,
Right.
he's got to come down. I got to come
Right.
down too.
Right.
So I'm trying to hang. I hit the side of someone's foot like I stepped on your toes
yeah,
early
yeah,
to start
you
this
done
thing.
crushed
Are
my
you
dogs now.
you all right, man?
No, man, please. Listen.
Yeah, but you got nice looking toes.
I
though.
do got nice toes. I'm a shooter. You
Yeah.
got to keep the dog.
Yeah,
And
but
hey,
I know some guys' toes
and
that
that's
big
good
one
for
will
a
turn that way.
basketball player
No,
Because I
listen.
tell you, the big fella, Nate Thurman, he had
man.
the ugliest toes I ever seen in my life. And
Listen.
let me
So
tell you
did
what-
Shaq. So did Shaq.
You know what he said?
Yeah.
When he would, Shaq's a ugly boy. He's really bad. He said when he goes to the beach, the first thing he does is sticks his toes.
It's in the sand. Yeah.
Okay, so you can't.
I come down.
Yep.
Who was the newsman from the remember
Yeah.
Herb Herb
Herb Edwards?
No,
you're close. But he had been an editorialist.
Herb Godfrey.
No, but he had been there a long time. But let me tell you that. He's at the
Herbert
door.
Godfrey.
He's at the door watching the practice.
Right.
Right.
I come up.
Ooh.
We're saying, what the heck? I take a step and say, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And I feel that heat going up my foot.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
Fifth metatarsal.
Yep.
Oh, snapped it.
Now.
If I had a 9 to 5, they call it the working man break.
Right,
You
exactly.
can work and do, but you
Right,
can't
but you
jump
can't
and play
jump and run,
basketball.
right.
You
So
know what?
Right.
That's
so
what got
everybody-
Yao.
Oh,
Yao, that's
his
ruined
fifth-
Yao's career.
And
that-
that
they
bone,
tried to
right.
screw
that
it.
bone is thinner than your
Well,
baby finger.
Yeah, they
Well,
tried
it-
to.
it-
But Durant
almost-
Durant
it
had that,
almost-
right?
Huh?
Kevin Durant had that.
He had
Yeah,
the
so
fifth
did
metatarsal
Aaron-
too.
It
Aaron
almost
Gordon.
Wow.
ended my career because I had to get a bone put out of my hip.
Yeah.
Oh, did put a bone down.
Because
that why you walk
they
funny?
didn't have pins then.
No.
So they took a bone out of my hip and put it in my fifth metatarsal so I could
Damn.
continue
Yeah,
to play.
because that bone is
Yeah.
thinner than your baby finger.
Right.
That's
and it's
crazy.
carrying all that body weight.
Now practice was when we all found out about it, because at that time we were on such a high roll as a team. We didn't care if we were down by 20 at halftime. We were gonna beat you by 20.
Yeah.
That's just how we
Yeah,
felt.
we were good.
We were that good.
Yeah.
And when that happened, it was like, man, it was a calm.
felt-
The whole place, all the team, the locker room was like we had lost our last dollar we
You
ever
lost
owned.
your- you lost your invincibility.
We lost all of it.
Yeah,
right
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Right on there.
Somebody grabbed that Achilles.
Yeah, but let me tell you the strategy, and then let Austin finish.
Right.
The strategy was for me to go and play hard and fast.
Right.
But
Right.
when we wanted to win the game and close it, we put old Nate Thurman
Put
in
the
there.
big fella
He
in.
could still defend. He
Yeah.
could cover guard off that
Right.
high dribble screen.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah.
boy.
He could check
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
He had these long
Yeah.
arms.
Oh,
he had these 22-inch biceps. He had all of this.
Oh, yeah,
and he had
traps.
chicken
Those are called
legs.
traps.
And he had chicken legs.
Just like-
oh, is that what they're called? I've never had those.
These are called traps.
Oh,
Yeah, listen, look.
And he and Wilt Chamberlain were built the same way.
Really?
yeah.
Real
Broad
What
up
was,
top.
what was
Strong
he
and-
like?
Oh, Wilt.
Yeah.
Oh, let me tell you Wilt's story.
That's
Please.
the strongest man I ever seen in my life. I've
Wilt-
seen him.
Arnold Schwarzenegger tells this story.
Yeah.
They're in Gold's gym working out.
Right. So what they doing? Curls?
No, yeah, we're like 300 pounds, right?
Right.
They're bench pressing. I heard it was 500 pounds. It was
No.
maybe it was 450, something like that.
Right,
and
right.
Wilt's watching,
Yeah.
and he's watching them work out. He says, "How much is that?" And Arnold tells him how much it is. Arnold
right.
tells his story. Wilt, with all the street clothes on, no warm up, gets under there, picks the weight up on the bench,
It starts pinking it.
and they're talking.
Yeah.
He's talking. You know, you know, man. I'm telling man. You sure this is what it?
Right. So I call that pinking because if you really are hitting
Wow.
it like it ain't nothing, it makes it a little pink.
It does because
they hit each other at
because
the
you're almost
top.
throwing it.
Yes.
We had a guy named Butch Berry. Butch was about 6'4", around
Butch,
220
okay. I'm not going to
pounds.
assume things,
beard.
but
Right.
Butch looks. He
Louisville.
sounds like he's a
A butch.
He sounds like he's a hack.
Yeah, he is.
Although
Is he? There we go. That's what I'm saying.
He is.
Butch.
So
Have you seen Blue Chips? Sorry.
they,
Yes.
they throw
Okay,
the ball.
Butch,
I know
Butch
Butch.
McRae.
Right.
Ooh,
They throw the
I
ball-
love that movie, dog.
We throw the ball in the Wilt. They throw the ball in the Wilt. So Butch backs down on him to double team him. And Wilt and him grabbed the ball at the same time.
No, he snatched that boy's arm
And he
square
just
off.
picked him up off the floor like this.
No.
He had to let the ball go because Wilt went on and made a layup.
John McLaughlin.
And
John
I,
McLaughlin.
I was sitting there. This was my rookie year.
Yeah.
My mouth dropped open. I was like, God damn, I ain't going to this.
John McLaughlin. John McLaughlin told me the same story. They would come baseline when he'd get that long drop step squat.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to think of the name we called it, but anyway,
No, it's a drop step.
crab.
Oh,
Remember
crab. Yeah,
We
yeah.
put the
crab
ball
dribble.
here.
Oh, yeah.
But that's what's.
Listen,
Power
Shaq's
Did a crab?
dribble?
Oh
yeah.
It was a lobster.
Listen. I caught Shaq in 05, my rookie year, where I had to guard him. So I had to guard him for like a half. Our other guys got in foul trouble.
Shame on you.
Listen, look at me. So I am 22.
Yeah.
I'm not 7 foot yet, so I'm 6'11", maybe 230.
Ooh.
So Shaq is chilling. He's in Miami. D-Wade's doing his thing. Posey's doing his thing. And so Walker's doing their thing. Right? Fourth quarter comes. We just happen to be up by 3. He looks me dead in the eyes like, Lil Fry, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to kill you this quarter. I said,
monotone as hell.
oh, there's no, so I have never heard this in my basketball life.
Right,
so I said, you ain't killing shit, right? And I'm mumbling this. Right, I don't know.
yeah.
Now, mind you, I don't know if he heard it.
Right, yeah.
He drop-stepped me, boomed on my head so nasty, and sent me into the rafters. I was like, the only noise I could make, I said, there's literally nothing. And then for the next 2 minutes, they threw it to him, cleared out, and it was 1 dribble, 2 dribble, elbow to the chest. He broke my sternum. I had a broke sternum.
Wow, good.
It was broke.
Whoa.
Just kidding. No.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
he got that elbow, boop, and then literally he took the soul out of me for one game and just destroyed me. And I said, I could not even imagine this man at, let's say, at regular 30, even 25,
Oh,
22.
he was a Woo,
I'm
Lord.
sitting in the stands.
He was a monster when he was in his mid-20s.
Me and Nate Thurman.
Yeah.
We're watching Shaq. Halftime. I'm looking at Nate. Nate, old school guys, they're like this. They're trying to figure out how can I defend this guy.
Yeah, no.
And so I said, Nate, could you stop him? He said, no, he's too big. I said, what do you mean too big? I can't keep him off that block.
No.
Yeah.
No, I've never. Okay, there's maybe 1 or 2 players in my career that if I go like this and put all my weight on you, you are not going to back me up. He was backing me up like a little kid trying to keep his dad from the door. And I say, you know what? Please, Lord, let you just be tired.
Is that when you learned barbecue chicken?
Yeah, he was
Yes.
a monster. Shaq.
Yes.
But you know what happens with Shaq? He is such an entertainer today.
Yeah.
And he's so funny. People don't know how great he was.
That's right.
They should be rivaling his name with Wilt and all of these great guys because there's no one.
How about this?
You just gave me an idea. You
Let's
just gave
start
me an
this
idea.
argument. Let's start this argument. It's going to be an argument on whatever our road tripping is. Give me your top 5 all-time greats.
Ooh. Go ahead, AC.
Bigs?
In your opinion.
man.
No.
Players,
Just
period.
players.
Go ahead, AC.
This is by
Just
respect.
players.
Wait,
This
hold
is
on
by
1
respect
second.
in no particular order. Respect.
Yeah.
Like
right.
these 5
Well,
players.
I'm gonna have mine.
This is what we're going to end on. So make it good.
All
Make
right.
it count.
All right. Well, from these guys. No, from the old guys.
all time. No. All
Elgin
time.
Baylor,
Okay.
Oscar Robertson are 2.
Okay.
Jerry West is 1.
Okay.
Man, I got to put Shaq in there too.
You got to put Shaq. So that's your 5.
And Kareem.
We'll say 6.
Okay.
We'll say 6.
Okay.
Michael's
Give us
not
6.
even a top 5?
Give us 6.
And
Give us
Michael.
6.
Well, that's 6
Give
right
us
there.
6.
That's
Give us
six.
6.
You said
Give
how
us
many?
6.
You know I'm at disability girl.
So you said what?
That was 6.
You know we
okay.
can't count unless it's
No,
2 or 3.
Listen.
Right, it's got to be 2 or 3.
All
Yeah.
threes. I counted
All
threes.
threes.
3, 6,
Right.
9, 12.
Mine are Kareem,
Right.
Shaq,
Yep.
Wilt, Russell. Can we name anybody that's playing now?
Yes.
LeBron.
All time.
LeBron.
Okay.
Nobody does
Yeah,
more
right,
with
right.
the ball
Hang
than
on.
LeBron.
Was that 5 or 6?
That's 5. I
That's
give
right.
another
You get
one.
another one. You get 6.
Get another one.
Michael Jordan.
Michael
Okay,
Jordan.
6.
Right.
Okay.
Got it.
So I'm gonna give you mine.
You're going to give yours as a current player right now. You're
As a
going to
current
give your
player right now.
Okay.
I respect the game. Listen.
Okay, Richard,
role player.
you are going to have to give your top 6.
Yes. Okay. Number 1. I'm gonna say Michael Jordan for me.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say Kareem.
Okay.
I'm gonna respect Wilt.
Right.
Kobe.
Okay.
Right.
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 LeBron.
Okay.
Hakeem Olajuwon.
Ooh,
No Bill Russell.
I forgot about him.
God, people forget, but I was in
Whoa.
Phoenix where he was
I'm sorry, but no
barbecuing.
Bill Russell on that list?
People, huh?
No Bill Russell?
Bill Russell's too is
that's
different.
a long time ago.
That's a long time ago. I'm taking
Sorry, Bill.
Hakeem Olajuwon. You could throw Hakeem the ball every single time. 48 minutes, throwing the ball,
And he
throwing
scored
the ball,
every
throwing the
time.
ball, throwing the ball,
And
throwing the
that
ball.
little spin move, boy, he have you spin. He do that
No.
little move where he spin.
And here's my thing.
Boom.
Everybody wanted to play with Hakeem.
Right, yeah.
That's my thing.
Right.
Everybody wanted to play with Hakeem, and it's like I respect Kobe because he put me out of the playoffs, and I've never seen a player after getting triple teamed still get 16 and a quarter.
Wow.
We triple teamed him the whole quarter.
Yeah.
He still had 16 points.
Yeah.
And slapped our coach on the butt like, you ain't gonna do nothing.
Is this all you got?
Is this all you got?
Right. And it's not like they're scrubs. This
Right.
is Jason Richardson,
Right.
Grant Hill, and
Wow.
I'm running at him.
Right.
And
Wow.
he's like, 1, 2, get out my face,
Yeah.
buckets.
Yeah.
But this has been awesome.
Yeah.
This has been awesome.
I
It's
want
been
to
so
save
much
some
fun.
stuff. We're going to save some stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anytime you
We'll
guys want to come
revisit.
back on,
Anytime.
Anytime. You
hold
just
on
let
now.
me know.
But listen, you're part of the homage family.
All right.
Well,
homage.
did you put a little twist on that?
I did.
Homage.
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 A little homage.
Good segue though, Channing. Yeah, of course, our partners, good friends at Homage. If you notice our rebrand, it takes on, it's inspired by the Magic versus Bird. So the iconic image of Magic versus Bird is kind of Channing versus Richard.
Right.
With our rebrand.
okay.
Oh,
Right,
now
right.
I see.
So,
Okay.
I haven't seen that free shirt yet. It's okay. I will see it soon.
See it soon.
So yeah, we want to give a major shout out to them because of their imagination, their creativity, and so forth coming together with our vision and what we had. So we want to give a shout out to them, but also AC.
It's a great company because I've been
You
with
love
them now
them.
5 years.
Yeah,
Listen, y'all
And
gotta get
homage,
AC
do me
shirt.
a favor, sell some more T-shirts for me. Okay?
Yeah.
AC does have a few T-shirts.
What's on the
with
T-shirt,
Homage.
AC?
Which ones are yours?
They got get that weak stuff out of here and
How
deep
about
in the
this?
queue.
We'll make a
Thank you.
deal for the next month, the whole month of November. If you have a get that weak stuff out of here shirt, I will stop what I'm doing and almost anywhere and sign your shirt.
Oh.
And what's the other ones?
All right.
Deep in the queue.
Deep in the queue.
Channing Frye, deep in the
Channing
queue.
Frye.
Deep in the
Yeah,
queue.
that's right. Because I hollered at a lot, but
Sounds like an idea. Nice little collaboration.
Listen, I will stop what I'm doing. Usually I'm, doing things. I'm out and about. But look, if you got either one of those T-shirts from, I'm going to say homage.
Homage.
It's the French spelling.
because for a while there, I kept saying he's putting them in the fryer.
Oh, yo, listen.
Oh, nice play
gonna
on
switch
words.
it up.
I like
AC.
that, AC.
I like that.
That's good. That's a
This
good
year's
one.
going to be more like, listen, he's filleting that fish. Look. You're going to see some more left-hand fillets now. Look.
I noticed when you made that left-hand shot, you kind of like,
Y'all were shocked. But listen, every day, like I shoot, let's say I shoot 400 shots.
okay.
I shoot 100 threes, 300 everything else because this is where the game is going, like I told you. But anyways, back to your T-shirts. I'm going to sign any T-shirt. So if you come to the game, yell road tripping, yell at me.
I'm an extra
I'ma
large,
come
by the
get
way.
you.
I don't have that shirt yet.
Neither
You
do
don't
we.
have it yet?
No.
No.
We got to get those shirts.
AC,
No.
can we get some of those shirts? We don't have to pay for them, do we,
Free.
AC?
Listen,
A- AC,
$3.99.
Oh, AC. Don't stutter. I mean,
Look, whoa.
I'll hook it up. I'll hook it up. I'll talk with Elliot. I'll talk with Elliot.
Okay.
And we'll hook
Ooh,
it up.
Elliot, throwing the name drop.
You're so cheap. You better get us some T-shirts.
But no, we hope you guys all listened to the first episode of our relaunch. We're so excited to be back in action, back in the saddle. As we mentioned before, the Atlanta Hawks dropping. We hope you're excited. And if you are a new listener just joining in, we want you to subscribe. iTunes, Google Play, iHeartRadio, wherever you can catch us. Uninterrupted.com has us as well. Go check us out as well on Instagram and Twitter. Our handles have remained the same.
Yeah.
Road Trippin'
Snapchat Richard
Podcast.
tell him my podcast is better.
That is kind of the final note.
Is that the premise of the thing?
That is the
Yeah.
premise. It's Team Richard or
We'll
Team
go by
Channing.
listens. We'll go by listens.
All right.
Total listens.
Right.
And then loser basically has to buy
The other podcast, wine.
a lot of wine.
A lot of wine. And Richard, we have already set the table. We have already given you our top 6 between the 3 of you guys, players of all time. So step up to the plate. For this edition of Road Trippin', Richard versus Channing, we are out.
We rode